Snake, there's another set of infrared sensors in place. If you touch that, the explosives will detonate and that ship will be pulverized. There aren't that many infrared beams. Maybe you can get past those without setting off the explosives. If you need to see exactly where the beams are, you can use the usual method. There's a fire extinguisher over there. Break it open and try scattering some of the extinguishing chemicals.
The situation is normal. All clear. Requesting back.
What's that? Freeze. What's that? Enemy sight.
See those lockers? That's a good place to hide yourself if you're in a pinch. Push the action button near the locker to open the door. Walk into it for a quick concealment. Push the action button once more to get out of the locker. You can see out from the slit in the door. Make sure you check the area using first-person view before you go out. You can also hide enemies you've knocked out in the locker. Just open the locker, then drag the body to the locker.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام. يا هلا.
كيف الحال؟
مرحبا.
طيبين؟ مزكي ما؟ قاعد
لا والله.
تنفس.
ايه سنيك.
ايش الاخبار؟ طيبين؟
الحمد لله. والله
اقول لك
قلت العب من
ايوه
الملل.
تفضل.
الناس مش موجودين. لحظة بس دقيقة، بس عندي دقيقة بس لحظة.
اقول لك فاكر. ايوه معاك.
ماشي.
تسمعني؟
ايه اسمع كيف.
ابغى اغير الكلان عن طريق الموقع. انا نسيت، انت علمتني ذاك اليوم بس انا نسيت والله، ما انا عارف.
تغير العلم.
ايه الشعار.
اعتقد ايوه تدخل على الموقع باسم الليدر، من الليدر حق الكلان.
انا
مات.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
من ايش ما
لا قصدي انا مت هنا، ضغطت فجرت المتفجرات بدل ما انا اعطلها. المهم تدخل باسم الليدر العقرب وتروح صوب البيانات، القتل وما القتل، كم قتلت وكم ما قتلت. ايوه وتضغط على اسم الكلان موجود على اللي فوق على اليمين، شوف الطوارئ.
ايوه طيب بعدين
بس بتطلع لك بعدين بيانات الكلان وكذا يعني.
طيب التعديل في واحد حذف شخصيته.
مين؟
اظن فلو روز.
ايه فعلا حذفها. طيب ايش الحل؟ انا الحين هنا نشفت. تذكر هذه المرحلة انت؟
انا ترى الثاني ما لعبته ولا خش مزاجي، ما لعبت الاول، لعبت الثالث، لعبت الرابع بس. شوف في النت
لا يعني هي انك تفجر الجهاز هذا، بس الجهاز هذا فجرته. طيب وبعدين فجرته للحين ما انحلت مشكلة. هاي يا عقرب. معايا عقرب موجود.
Verrazano Bridge checkpoint passed. All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
يا الو موجود؟ الو ما اسمعك ترى. الو
you've got rations now. These are military food supplies and allow you to recover some life with use. If it is equipped in advance, the ration will automatically be used and life will be regained when you receive damage. You can select it in the window and push the confirmation button to use the item on the spot. Rations were designed to be carried and eaten on the field. They're all about functionality and calories. They use special freeze-drying methods developed by the NROC. They're compact, portable, and last for weeks.
We have sealed the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control.
We're on the foredeck, about to descend to the holds.
Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before.
حيو 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 بالشباب حيو حيو.
الو
هلا
كيف الحال؟
سلام.
ايه منورين.
وين رحت يا عقرب؟ وين رحت؟
انا ولا
أنا؟
عقرب؟
العقرب كان معي على الخط بس اختفى.
والله شفته كده حسيت انه كان شغال قلت يا شيخ اطلع يا شيخ.
لا يا رجل موجود، انا قاعد اتكلم معاك اقول لك يا عقرب 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 عقرب.
طب يلا افتح افتح.
All communications to the holds have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
صف النية يا واد.
افتح وسع لك.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives
الله
if
عقرب
necessary.
انت الله يستر منك
There
بس.
is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
تسنيف ايش؟
واحد اساله متى تفتحون؟ طالع فيه
Yes,
يضحك.
sir.
قلت الله الناس دحين معك نيتها مره خربانه والله يا قبل 3 ايام اقول له انتم متى تفتحون يا اخي؟ طالع فيه قاعد يضحك يقول له احنا ما نفتح احنا يمشي.
شوف الاكشن
طيب
بس.
متى تباشرون؟ واحد صار قاعد ينتقي كلمات.
شو المطلوب مني الان؟
انا ادخل اقول لهم جوين وانت افتح.
شوف في حرب.
هنا في هذا طلع عليك الانذار.
لا حرب ظاهر تحت.
تكلموا عنها شو
يلعب بس مباشر لعبة ستوري مود الجزء الثاني.
الجير ولا شيء ثاني؟
ايوه انت لعبته الجزء الثاني؟
لا انا عارف خلصت الستوري دخلت
ما انا لعبت الاول والثالث والرابع. ربي شيء الاول صراحة دماغ. الثاني افضل. ايوه على سوني 1 لعبته الجزء الاول والجزء الثاني ما لعبته ما عجبني. الجزء الثالث مرة حلو جبار. انت شوف تلعبه راح تشوف انت لو لعبت الاجزاء كلها حتفهم ليش الخرائط دي. ترى الخرائط هذه اللي نلعبها في الاجزاء الاولى، الجزء الاول في منها الجزء الثاني وفي بعد الجزء الثالث وفي بعد الجزء الرابع في خرائط وكذا.
عندك ماب ام هذا من الجزء هذا.
ايوه الرابع ويويو اعتقد الجزء الثالث يويو. ايوه يويو وعندك سي الثالث اعتقد ايه هذه خريطة ايه ما ادري ايش قصة.
طيب يا رود بتفتح ولا ندخل الروم اللي هنا؟
ادخل الروم دقيقة بس اخلص من الاكشن.
تعال يا عقرب تعال.
انا فين انا بعيد.
وين؟
ما انا حاول اكون والله برا كده انا مقيل عند الوالدة. اي والله عند الوالدة مقيل يعني ممكن بعد المغرب عشان.
اوكي
انت ايش نظامك؟ متى تلعب
والله بيني وبينك ما العب ذي الايام، عارف مع الجامعه وكذا ما ادخل كثير. ما العب الا الاوقات اللي شفتني فيها معاكم.
Who goes there?
ايوه والله يعين.
هذا منو؟ شوف الفيديو هذا منو؟
Shalashaska.
بس ان شاء الله.
Why are you here? We thought you were with the colonel. What the?
هذا ايش اسمه؟
هذا مو بليكويد؟
لا
هذا ليكويد
اوسلوت. اوسلوت
هذا اسمه اوسلوت صح؟
ايه. انت دحين شويه كده تلعب بالباقي كله برايدم في النينجا تلعب.
The colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
يده مقطوعه ولا ايه؟
تحس شوي يده فيها خراب.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear,
Japanese.
we're going right off the fringe.
الجبانين.
You're all familiar with the shadow
تلعب معاهم
The
انت؟
men down here are definitely Marines.
باركوري ها؟
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
صرت
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
الدوبرمان؟
No. I'll have to go around to the bow.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله.
They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know.
في
Not the beach, that's for
جندي
sure.
نخبة وجندي متقدم.
انا متفوق.
Okay, Snake, let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear
انا والله ودي
prototype.
فوكس بس
Now do
المشكلة
your
احنا
thing and
ما
take
ندخل
pictures that
ميكس
speak
عارف.
louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front, front right, and front left.
اي
and
والله
a close-up
نرجع
of the
الايام
Marine Corps marking.
اللي راحت كنا ندخل ميكس كذا وافلام تصير.
There should be a Marines
احنا والله
insignia
نحن
on the
حول
body of Metal
الفوكس ولا بس نبى نستمتع اكثر ما
Gear. Just let
يمتعنا
someone try
كذي.
explaining away a clear shot of
يب
that.
تيم ديث ماتش زي ما تقول روقان عارف حلو.
All right.
لكن
There's actually
لكن
one
ميكس
little
مجرد
spit it out.
البومب
I'm used to
معقول،
things going wrong.
الريس
It looks
معقول،
like someone's monitor.
الكاب معقول، يعني كلها حلوة صراحة.
كلها حلو والله. هي المشكلة انه لما اللعب يكون خايس عندك او اللي ضدك لاقر هو اللي يطفشك، فاهم؟
هذه مشكلة صح.
حتى لو لعبتك يعني اللي تحبها، مثلا انت تحب تيم ديث ماتش، فاذا كان لاقر حتطفش.
اللاقر خلاص.
Our transmission.
اللعبة
Who?
I don't have a
كونامي
clue.
بطلتها
All
عشان
they're doing is
اللاقر.
watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
مرة وكذا.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into U.S. military's proprietary network.
يا روح،
Managed to
ما
get
بدك
into that
تلعب الجزء
workstation
الأول
and load
وتنزله؟
part of the system software so I can remote install a little app I wrote.
لحظة.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
اسمع صوت. ايش تقول يا عقرب؟
أقول ليه ما تلعب الجزء الأول؟ كنت تلعب الأول والثاني والثالث.
انا ما الاول ما عندي والله، ما اعرف، لازم اروح ابحث عنه. حتى شو اسمه ما اعرف شو اسمه هو مثل جير سوليد وبس.
ايوه مثل جير سوليد.
على اي على اي
الجزء الأول
سوني؟
أكتر.
على اي سوني؟
سوني 1.
دقيقة لازم اشوف حاجة الايميوليتر حق سوني 1. لحظة بس خليني ارد على التليفون، لحظة بس.
تعالنا مرة فنان فيه. كم مرة كنت أختم وكل مرة تختم يعطوك جائزة. فمتعة كان أختم وأرجع أختم أرجع ثاني مرة، ما أمل منه، بالعكس أستمتع والله.
ايش تفضل يا عقرب، سوني 1 ولا 2؟
والله
زين يا بطل.
سوني 2 أحسن يعني، فاهم؟
سوني 1 العابه حلوه،
سوني
لكن
2
الجرافيكس لك عليه والله.
والله في ألعاب حلوة، كان ألعب فيجلاند درايفر وينينج 11.
شوية يا شباب بجيكم، طيب دقائق بس.
طيب بيبسي ما عجبني، ما حبيته مرة، أهبل.
انا ما لعبت والله سوني
ما
1
عجبني.
كثير، عارف.
كنت
سوني
ألعب
2
سيف
مرة.
فلتر واحد زي، تعرف سيف فلتر؟ زي
والله ما
ميتل
أعرف.
جير الجزء الأول. والله
لعبت
حلو، بس لا جرافيكس كجرافيكس وهذا متطور، والله هذا ميتل جير. بس هذاك فيه أشياء حلوة ترى برضو سيف فلتر.
شوف العاب لعبتها مثلا سوني 2 احبها، عندك كراش سباق،
ريزيدنت ايفل برضو،
مورتال كومبات
او سايلنت مورتال
بالله
كومبات. ايوه
مرة حلو.
والله ايوه قتال. وفي تيكن تيكن تعرفه؟
تيكن كيف ما عرفت تيكن؟ حتى فور جربت اللي على فور مرة رهيب.
لا والله ما انا لعبت على سوني 1. اول ما انا كان عندي سيجا، وقبل السيجا اتاري، بعدين بعد الاتاري جاء السيجا، لعبنا السيجا، بعد السيجا جاء سوني 1. لما جاء سوني 1 كسر الدنيا تكسير ترى. بعد فترة كان كل خميس اروح اشتري شريط، وصادف ذاك اليوم شفت ميتال جير. ايش هذا شريط وفيه له اسطوانتين، كيف كذا؟ والله كذا شفته ما هضمت، بس قلت يا ولد خذ، انا عارف الالعاب، قلت خلينا نجرب.
عجبك؟
والله واشتريه يا معلم. والله ايش اقول لك، واسوي له دعايه، واصحابي يشتروا في الفصل، يروحوا يشتروا. والله جنان، كنا في الابتدائي والله، وانه يشتري ويلا ونلعب. انا كان رحت من درجة صعوبته ما كان في يوتيوب ولا كان في يعني انترنت، ما كان في ذاك الزمان. رحت اشتريت مجلة
هو فيه بس ما كان متوفر عندنا مرة، عارف.
لا في، انا بعدين عام 2000 او عام 99 انا دخلت نت، جبت النت وخشيت، بس كان فاضي، ما في يعني، ما هو ثري، يعني النت ما كان فيه ثري، يعني اثراء معلومات زي دحين
ايه
الثورة الضخمة من المعلومات. اول
يب
ما
يب.
كان فيه الكلام هذا. المهم والله، واشتريت المجلة، رحت ابغى، يعني كان صعب مثل جير واشتري المجلة والله، وامشي حبه حبه حبه، امشي معاه ويعلمك ويسوي لك يعني بالملي، والله لين من شركه كونامي المجله، يعني كذا الحلول. والله ختمته، ومره ثانيه لعبته وارجع اختمه بدون مجله، خلاص عارف، وارجع اختمه مره رابعه. كان اعطوني او ثالث مره تختمه يعطوك جهاز التخفي، شوف اللي في السني، عارفه؟
ايش هو؟
الو،
الو ايه
اللي
سامعك،
في
ايش هو؟
السني، جهاز التخفي اللي في السني.
تخزين قصدك، اللي
يهو
8 ميجا يكون، اللي
يا
يكون
حبيبي
8 ميجا.
تسني
ما
لعبة
اعرف.
تسني، مو في ريس وبومبو في مثل جير
تسنيه
الجزء هذا
تسنيه
ايوه،
قصدك، ايوه.
ايوه، مو في جهاز حق التخفي.
يب يب.
ايوه هذا في الجزء الاول يعطوك.
اذا ختمت اللعبة يعني.
ايوه ختمته، والله اجي عند الجندي اعطيك بنيه، يطالع مين هذا، ايش في، مو عارف الطش واقعد انا عنده مو شايفني والله يقول لك مره حلو. وفي يعطيك الربطه، ربطه الراس، اذا ختمته المره الاولى يعطوك ربطه الراس.
ابدعت فيه انت
الربطه
شكلك.
هذه ايوه لما انت تاخذها ما يخلص السلاح، اي سلاح عندك ما يخلص. بعدين يعطوك ما ادري ايش، يعني اشياء كذا، يعطوك منديل هذا حق الذئب، تيجي عنده قلب، يجي قلب، ما ادري كيف يا اخي، نسيت والله، زمان لعبته، والله مشتاق اني العبه صراحه.
ترجع الذكريات ها. بس شوف لو
والله
تتفرج
حلو.
يوتيوب خلاص تطفش. اذا تفرجت عليه يوتيوب وتتفرج التختيم وترجع الذكريات، خلاص بعدها زي اللي يجيك طفش كذا، عرفت؟
لا
وخلاص.
ايوه انا ايوه، بس برضو والله وابغى العب يا رجال. انا لما ختمت والله كذا يعني حزنت، يعني كذا يعني اللعبه لما تلعبها وتختمها يا اخي تاثر في نفسيتك، والله تاثرت ذيك
صح
الايام.
صح. انا زي متل جير
اي
والله
والله،
دمعت. متل جير لما نقفل دمعت.
والله ايش اقول لك، لعبه مره حلوه صراحه دي. اتقان لابعد حدود، هذا هيدو كوجيما والله ابدع في اللعبه هذه، اسطوريه. بس خلاص دحين، ترى يوم سوى ميتال جير الجزء الاول كان عمره تقريبا يقول لك 24 ما ادري كم، 25 ما ادري 30.
هو في الخمسينات دحين متوقع 40.
في الستينات عمره 60.
ايش اسمه تعرف لعب اسمه ماريو سباك.
ماريو كارت.
لاعب هذا يلعب
ماريو كارت.
ماريو، ماريو.
No, it's
لعبة
pretty
ماريو.
simple, really. Look,
هي ماريو
all you
بس
have to do is
فيه
stand in
جيم
front of the machine and push the action button. The
والأخضر.
app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech.
CD على
I'd say you have 7 more
هذا
minutes.
حصر
Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
صار حصر.
Remember, Snake, just the photos,
لعبة كان
okay?
يلعب
With
سوني
these kinds
1
of
او
odds,
2.
I won't be making any
سوني 1
sudden
و 2.
moves.
في
that doesn't
جلال
mean we can
سيارات
just let
تصد
Metal Gear
البعض
be
وتطلق
hijacked.
صواريخ
Okay,
مدري
okay, but
كيف، يا
first the
شيخ مرة
photos.
جنان.
All
تاخذ
right,
مفك
we'll deal with the
تصلح
rest when
السيارة
we get
وانت
there.
ماشي.
Stay low.
كلام
يا ربي كان دوري اول ما
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as
اقسم بالله
a countermeasure to these pirated weapons
والله
forces.
ممتع هذه قبل
The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
ممتع ليه؟ ما عاد ابغى ولا لعب هي ميتال جير وفورة
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the US's nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background. Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs.
اللي برمجوا بالتلقير الرابع يكونوا موجودين ما ادري كيف.
ايش رايك بالخامس بس؟
صادوني.
لا الرابع
الخامس بالله ايش رايك فيه؟
تعبان سيء
مرة سيء.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
يا اخي والله مشتري فور عشان مشتري سوني فور عشان
زين حد يعرف وين مكان ري؟ وين
We
مكان
initiated
متل جير؟
development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course,
ظهر
another
عند
Metal
الباب
Gear.
ذاك.
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
تفرج على روتي عقرب.
They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the US's nuclear strike capability. The world
الحين
is
في
about to
النص هم
see
ما
a
يشوفون
swarm
يعني.
of these Metal Gear derivatives.
بس فكرة حلوة والله.
الله يخسك.
Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background. Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind.
هذا هو
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear
شت. كيف شافه؟
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
ايوه شوف ارمي قنابل ستاند شوف من مكانك هذا نفس
With
المكان.
Ray,
يا رجل
the
لا لا
hundreds,
احنا
if not
لازم
thousands of Metal Gears that
شوف
exist
هذا.
all over the world
إيش
are
لابس؟
no
شوف هذا ايش لابس.
longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish.
شايف ايش لابس هذا؟ بنطلون.
والله
At the
سروال.
moment,
Yeah,
every
half.
industrialized nation on
Right,
the globe
sure.
knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is
هذا
about
عندهم
to see
اجتماع.
a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives.
الهدف الحين يقول لك روح صور
Some
المثل
say
جير
that the strategic
جهاز
importance of
كبير
aircraft carriers will
صورها
be
3
reduced by
صور
the
وارسلها
completion
عن
of
طريق
Ray.
الكمبيوتر.
The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background.
عقرب
Not to mention interference from a major player.
بفتح
But
لك
this
هذا
project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy
بسوي
is
بث
sometimes
في
closer to
الديسكورد
home
تبغى
than you
تشوف
think.
شيء.
gentlemen.
طيب
Always bear that in mind.
طيب.
ان شاء الله يزبط.
يا اخي ضغطت مربع ليش ما خنقه؟
Snake, are you okay? Snake! Snake!
والله بقط عليه
We
مستنى على
initiated
طول.
development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these
Dive?
pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a
دقيقة.
Metal Gear is, of course,
لحظة
another
لحظة يا
Metal Gear.
بشوف الستاند بالله دقيقة. يا رجال.
صادونا صادوني على طول.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
كيف صادوك؟ عشان
كذا.
رميت؟
ايه كذا بس يعني رميت
We
قنبله
initiated
تنصاد على
development
طول.
of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated
يبغالك
weapons
ما
forces.
حد يشوف.
The only thing that can stand
أيوة،
up to a
تعال
Metal
يا-
Gear is, of course, another
ندخل شوف.
Metal Gear.
سارمبا.
سرامبا.
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this.
ايوه طيب بعدين.
شايف؟
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
في تقطيع.
مشكلة.
They are all working on deploying their
إلى
own
الآن؟
Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.
تصدق يطلع لازم
Stop
تنزل
kidding
تحت.
around. Snake?
تقطيع سارمبا.
مرة؟
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers
شايف؟
will be reduced by the completion
من
of Ray.
بعيد ها؟
The opposition from the
واضح
Navy is
بعيد؟
an undeniable fact.
واضح؟
There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass.
ايوه بس مقطع برضه دحين ايوه تمام. حتى من بعيد صح؟
ايه
Not
شوف
to
شوف.
mention interference from a
Yeah,
major
but-
player. But this project is
هذه
vital to
مهارة.
the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes
هذا الحين
closer
كيف؟
to home than you
تفرج
think.
انت
gentlemen.
يتقطع ولا ما يتقطع؟
Always bear that in mind.
لا دحين تمام.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray.
اشوف اضغط ستارت.
The shift in the
أيوة،
balance
حلو،
of power
روح،
will
روح.
mean a new world order. And we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs.
هذا كيف حاط مهارة لها ولا؟
ايوه ايه
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear
Survivor?
development. but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's.
بالله مو طفشتم؟
Theirs is a program that will add
اي
fuel to
والله
the
قال والله تقهر صراحه.
fire of
مرة.
nuclear proliferation.
هذه ما يعرفونها إلا
It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy
اليابانيين
are attempting to
يستخدموها
derail
مرة.
our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. This turned out to be longer than expected. At ease. Rest a little.
كريس ها؟
بس تيجي في بس في المسدسات الخفيفه البي 10 البي 90 والبي
It's my greatest wish
عليك
never to
نور.
have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
الله حقده عليه.
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the
هذا
Army's
لوك
Rex,
اون اللي
it can
قتله.
cruise
هذا
deep underwater,
دائما
move in
يستخدمها
undetected and
المعارض.
make its landing on any shoreline.
إيه حلاوتها عارف
ايش
بعيد.
الفا
Its
والله ماني عارف انا
onboard
اروح.
tactical information distribution system
شوف ذا شوف
identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. This new model of Metal Gear is
حلوة من
called
بعيد
Ray,
أبوي
after
ريح
the
دماغي.
great Manta Ray.
هذا
Our
انتبه
Ray
لي
has a sting that nature never gave it.
هذا لوك اون.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
لقيت المشين.
انا حتى ايش سويت مع الجنود هذول كيف عديت من
بس تعدي منهم بدون ما تزحف على الارض.
Metal Gear.
طلعت في العمارة فوق. ما ها؟
إيه.
George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses.
تعرف يا سيد ابويا
The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next-generation nuclear warheads.
جاي
يا سيد ابويا انت.
ابهذلهم دحين بندس شوف
خلاص خلص الوقت. هذا خايف منك.
حريته
والله هذا تقهر الحركة.
تتوقع يسبني؟
والله ما سبك هو دحين.
بس رفعت ضغطه توتر عارف. شوف يا عقرب لو انك في البيت والله حيقوم جنان. تخيل لك شوف لك التخيل انا وياك نكون فوق السطح طيب معني الو الو
But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up cost him his influence in the political community.
Good.
The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure
Shabab,
taken
Mujdi.
against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind.
Hello.
We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship.
وين الناس؟ وين عقرب راح؟
Intruder to the right!
ادري والله صوتكم راح فجأة كذا.
صادوني على طول كذا كيف؟
إلا عن
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
طلع العقرب عجل راح؟
شكله انشغل مع أمه أو شيء. أنت بتجلس تلعب هذا ولا بتدخل شوية ولا إيش وضعك؟
ندخل ما في فايدة ندخل في أول.
George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath.
مع الطفش.
يابانيين يا حبيبي
The
يذلونك عشان دخلت مثل كذا.
official reason given did not of course include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next generation nuclear
لا والله ذا
weapons.
الروم كويس. صدق كلنا
But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up cost him his influence in the political community.
ما في أحد.
The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability.
نوب مرة نوب.
NMD technology leaked to other
والله
nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind. It is an undeniable fact that there is a force at work in our government and within the military, seeking to control national affairs to suit its own interests. Metal Gear Ray bears the burden of confronting this party, thwarting their plans and guiding this nation back to its original path. You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Right. Left. Front. Up. Right. Down. Front. Left. Down.
برافو برافو.
Down.
Good.
طيب وين اروح الحين؟
لا.
هذه مشكلة. أنا بعرف وين اروح. بصير بي.
Let's continue. This exercise is but a first step towards that
داري عن
goal.
التورني صح؟
The future of the country rests with you tonight. The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of that last century, and we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again.
والله صدفة لقيته قدام الكمبيوتر. اقرا اللوجين روت. شوف شوف البث. من معنا على البث؟
لا الآن ما شاء الله يقتلني ويطالع فوق في السماء.
ايه في ناس كذا، هذول الناس على طول معروف انهم هذول في البلوك ليست، يعني هو هذه الحركة البلوك ليست يعني.
انت تسمعني؟ على بالي ما تسمع. اسألك اقول لك داري عن التورني؟
اي قلت لك اي تورني
يا اخي والله ما اسمعك، ما ادري يا اخي.
الو
لا اسمعك ذحين لكن ما سمعتك لما تقولها. ايش
لا قلت اي تورني، يعني قصدك فيه تورني اللي هو ريسكيو.
اي ريسكيو، بس اني ما سمعتك لما قلت.
سكر يا رجل، سكر التسجيل.
مو هذا اللي اقصده، لك دائما حتى صوتي ما اسمعه كامل، عارف؟ ما ادري ليه.
يمكن سماعتك فيها شيء،
رغم انها سماعته كويسة، ولا مع النت يمكن، ما تدري.
يمكن السماعة ما هو بالنت،
والله ما ادري. طيب راح تدخل ولا كيف؟
لا نلعب لين يجون الناس. اي تورني سكر خلاص، مش قادر ادخل انا الحين. متى يبدأ تسجيل؟ ما في تسجيل لا.
يعني قالوا قفل التسجيل ولا
ايه؟ قفل.
ما ادري والله. اليوم دخلت من جوا اشوف، امس قصدي.
ايه امس اخر يوم.
ما ادري سجلوا اسمي انا ولا لا.
من يسجل اسمك؟
ما ادري، اقول اذا سجل اسمي ولا لان دائما
لازم اسجل نفسي.
Codec moments from you, Snake?
لا واحد ممكن دخلني معاه عارف في الكلان او شيء.
Okay, that's good.
زي
لا ما سجلنا.
Right is in the bag.
والله خسارة لعبتنا الريس ذي، ممكن نفوز عارف. كامب وعد الكامب عندنا ما شاء الله انت وبيدرو.
ايش بيصير يعني في من الفايز؟ ايش يصير فيه؟
اتوقع ما ادري ايش الجوائز، لكن في التورني حق الميكس كان في بيج بوس يعطونك تيشيرتات ويعطونك مكافأة، والمكافأة دي تشتري فيها تيشيرتات وزي كذا حركات عارف. حلو ومنها نتونس، فاهم؟
ما شفت حد مهتم والله، عشان كذا ما.
صوتك لما يتغير كذا يعني انك تاكل.
ايه قاعد اكل. كيف عرفت؟
عارف صوت الاكل هذا. قديم الصوت هذا مرة قديم.
Next up.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
شريط عجيب هذا.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
شاراشاسكا اسمه اوسلوت.
فاتح بث انت.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
شاراشاسكا توني هذه معلومة جديدة.
الحين كم تطلع؟ كم مشترك يبغالك وكم هذا عشان تطلع فلوس؟
والله لا عندي اي فكرة، بس عندي 130 مشترك الظاهر او شيء.
Nobody move. Understood.
137.
اتوقع يبغالك يكونوا 1000 او 10000 ما ادري. حلو يا اخي، تلعب وتجني المال.
فكرة حلوة.
صح؟
This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button.
جهد كذا و...
That's right. No one has to die needlessly.
والله تابع، خل منك مثل الجير وشوف هذا كأنه فيلم.
عندك خلينا نشوف.
شوف اليوتيوب.
We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
تخيل ان هذا على البلاي ستيشن 2.
عيب بس انه ما في الاونلاين، فاهم؟ 3 حلاوته انه
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back.
شالاشاسكا.
Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo. How's that possible?
Ocelot. Have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Glukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
هذا ليكويد دحين.
No hard feelings, Colonel.
Ocelot.
Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War. Metal Gear only has room for one! Glukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
ايه بوصلت.
Sergei, Looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitors! Stop!
قتلهم بسرعة.
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
هذا فيها شيء.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
تغير.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program. Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid! Price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
What it takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
هذا ديناصور يا شيخ.
Otacon, we have a problem.
Proceeding as planned, sir. Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the big shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Alpha, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the president. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and
demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the Big Shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the Big Shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have two mission objectives. One, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And two, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant's struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
يا شيخ معاي انت يا ابو سرمبا يا سرمبا سرمبا.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gurlukovich man.
Gurlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man?
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear. Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well, I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
Who's there? Who's there? Who is that? It's the enemy!
Right. The enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Answer me,
Who's there?
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
What's up, Jack? Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
That again. I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, There's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. We should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.